We love Goku, Gohan, Krillin, Yamcha, Piccolo, and the rest of them. But there's something about Vegeta we can't help but be on board with. We'll be looking at how his character, appearance, personality, and a bunch of other traits change over the course of the series in this video. Before we begin, subscribe to CBR and ring that bell to join our notification squad so you never miss a video. Without further ado, here's the evolution of Vegeta.
You think so?
I know so.
I'd love that!
Early life. Vegeta's dark origins made him who he was when he first met him in Dragon Ball Z. His dad, also named Vegeta, was the king of the Saiyan race on their planet. As a furry-tailed youth, he was forced by their race's ruler, Frieza, to do his bidding, or King Vegeta would be murdered. Vegeta would show signs of being a powerful warrior, having conquered a whole planet for Frieza. Nevertheless, Frieza killed Vegeta's father and later destroyed the whole planet Vegeta, killing almost all the other Saiyans. Vegeta was kept around as Frieza's servant, even though he still called and considered himself the Prince of the Saiyans. He considered assassinating Frieza, but after he eliminated a whole planet with a fireball from his finger, Vegeta thought it was a better idea to wait to challenge the all-powerful Frieza. Then came the mention of the Dragon Balls and the power they promised, which changed his life forever.
It makes you look like a total geek. Total geek.
Appearance. Vegeta starts the series as slim and kinda short, but that doesn't mean he isn't super powerful. Some may think he's a bit of a Napoleon complex, but hey, we digress. Like most Saiyans, his eyes and features are dark and stern-looking. Over the course of the series, his appearance does change from being short and lean to strong and muscled, and his scowl gets more defined. He's the only remaining Saiyan who wears the traditional fighting armor of his people, but he can also be seen wearing other alternatives to this look that suit whatever he's doing. As he starts to hang around Earth, he begins to wear more Earthling-like clothing, like sleeveless bodysuits, blue jeans, and even grows a mustache. But he does go back to wearing armor in Dragon Ball Super. He also sports special armor made by Bulma, which looks great. It's a gray bodysuit and sleeker armor with his insignia on his chest. Looking good, Vegeta!
I'm sick of all this chatter. Shut up and let me fight!
Personality. Vegeta goes through a lot of personal growth throughout the series that impacts his life and point of view dramatically. He's largely arrogant and bitter at the start of the series. That's probably from his upbringing though, after Frieza destroyed his dad, race, and planet. He keeps the Prince of the Saiyan chip on his shoulder with a huge superiority complex around everyone he encounters. He's an unrelenting villain when first introduced to the Dragon Ball Z audience. Throughout most of the series, he's shown as extremely arrogant, vengeful, and cold. If Vegeta acted heroically during the early parts of the series, that's only because it was for his own personal gain or revenge. That changes when he finally settles down with Bulma and starts a family, but we'll get to that later. A heavy tactical fighter, his hunger for power knows no bounds, but he often underestimates his opponents, especially when relying on his scouter for power readings. He's hot-headed and quickly jumps into battle, which leads him to getting injured or even dying from time to time. He also has a good sense of humor, often being dark, but he does love a good round of gloating and sarcastic humor. Despite having a massive ego, he does give respect when it's due and shows it non-verbally. Vegeta started to shift from his cold-blooded demeanor during the Namek saga, even though it's mostly self-serving. He passes up chances to kill Gohan, Krillin, and even Captain Ginyu, opting to just hurt them or leave them as a frog instead. But he really shows his true colors after his defeat at the hands of Frieza. Through tears, he explains to Goku that Frieza forced him to be this awful person, and he never had a chance to be anything else. Yeah, we're starting to feel bad for Vegeta. He used to be a bigot towards other races, considered physical and emotional attachments to be meaningless, and admittedly was repulsed by children, especially those with mixed heritage. That all changes when he accepts all those things into his life by falling in love and starting a family with Bulma. She, of course, gives birth to two half-Saiyan children, yet he felt ashamed that he was sacrificing his goal of becoming the ultimate warrior, instead being the ultimate dad. Because of this, he secretly felt that his attachment to them rendered him weak compared to Goku. It's not until the Babidi saga, where he gave in to his former evil persona and his obsession of overtaking Goku, it's not until his own family falls victim to Majin Buu that Vegeta finally understands the pain of losing a loved one and fully accepts the harm he's caused to so many people, regretting so much of his life. He's less quick to kill and tries to be cautious in tense situations. He still keeps trying to surpass Goku in greatness though, so much so he breaks down in tears that he simply can't get on Goku's level. But because of this obsession, he saved Goku's life a number of times, insisting that he'll be the one to defeat Goku. As mentioned previously, Vegeta regularly lets his arrogance and huge ego get the better of him. In one glaring instance, he was up against Cell in his semi-perfect form. Despite the introduction of a family and love, he was still pretty vain at this point and was all too eager to show off his enormous power. He could have easily taken down the menacing Cell before he reached his final form, but he purposely let Cell absorb Android 18 just to let Cell test his power, which didn't go well. At another point, when Vegeta was up against Super Buu and Janemba, he vehemently opposed fusion with Goku due to his pride, but good guy Goku managed to convince him. Later, Vegeta was more willing to fuse, actually suggesting the fuse like when they fought Omega Shenron in Dragon Ball GT. A pro-fusion Vegeta showed us how he's grown as a character. Vegeta can never seem to get over his own belief that Kakarot, aka Goku, is always just one step ahead of him. Vegeta's relationship with Goku swings from enemy to rivalry, and later to respect and friendship. With the destruction of Kid Buu, Vegeta has a major change of heart and his angry grunge changes to a friendly rivalry. Vegeta still wants to best Goku, but only to better himself, not because of his bitter hatred. And that's friendship right there. On the other hand, eternally cheerful Goku has always been optimistic about Vegeta, even if Vegeta can't call him by his preferred name. In the manga, Pan even calls Vegeta Uncle Vegeta, showing that Vegeta's family and Goku's family are very close. Unsurprisingly, Vegeta gets a lot of attitude from Goku's gang over his brutality and past wrongdoings, even when they're working together. It's hard to just move on after seeing little Chiatsu self-destruct for no reason after all. He moves towards redemption though, leading up to his self-sacrifice in his plan to defeat Kid Buu and save the Earth. Vegeta is actually recognized as one of the most reliable and strongest warriors in the universe, so he makes amends with all the Z fighters and he accepts them as genuine comrades. Finally, after they defeat Kid Buu, Vegeta then becomes much more relaxed and is seen cracking jokes, smiling, and even laughing at times. Vegeta for sure has a kinder side, caring deeply for his family, especially his daughter Bulma, aka Bra, as she adjusted to Earthling life. Vegeta grew protective of the planet, and he refers to it as his home, and doesn't want to feel the loss of another planet like what happened with planet Vegeta. He also developed strong morals, as he rejected Whis' offer to become the next Universe 7 god of destruction and refused to rejoin forces with Frieza. At first, Vegeta isn't great with being a family man, especially with Trunks, and really only saw him as Bulma's kid. He would rather train than be present for family activities, justifying it by saying he's just enhancing his power to protect the world. At first, he encourages Trunks, and to a lesser extent Bulma, to become a warrior like him, but later accepts whatever path they choose. Vegeta can't stand to see his wife and children in pain or danger, which later serves as motivation to fight harder in battle. Later, he's willing to go to extreme methods to protect his family, like suffering major humiliation at the sake of their well-being. And he's offended when he learns Goku would prefer training rather than spending time with his children, which just goes to show how much he's changed over the course of the series. He's shown to be super proud of future Trunks, giving everything he had to protect the world from Zamasu, and even protected future Trunks from one of few Zamasu attacks. His care for future Trunks was further shown in the second episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. When he saw future Trunks' life was in danger from Kanba, he was willing to put on the Potara earring to fuse with Goku, something he wasn't willing to do before. All in all, from the brutal early days to his gruff but caring later self, Vegeta has been through a lot emotionally and has come out all the better for it.
Listen, Vegeta, your adorable wife will put up with a lot of crap, but you missing her birthday is not on the list!
Bulma and Vegeta. Dozens of fan-made YouTube videos are proof that Bulma and Vegeta have a crazy intense relationship that's hard not to get obsessed with. Their first run-in took place on Namek when Vegeta was hellbent on finding the Dragon Balls and Bulma was scared to death of him. Their first real interaction was after his rematch with Zarbon, which again left Bulma horrified. The first hint of Bulma's attraction to Vegeta is right after Goku's battle with Frieza and Planet Namek's destruction. Bulma remarked to Vegeta that she thought he was cute and he should lighten up a bit, leaving Vegeta very, very confused. Eventually, after cohabitating Capsule Corporation together, she begins to show interest in him. Yamcha, her then boyfriend, becomes jealous and resentful of Vegeta. Afterwards, the two break up and Bulma takes up with Vegeta, resulting in the conception of Trunks. This is about a year after future Trunks warns them about the androids, but the birth of their son wasn't enough to cement them as a couple. Vegeta preferred to train than have anything to do with his son or Bulma, but as we said earlier, this changes around the conclusion of the Cell games because they're already married by the time the Majin Buu conflict takes place. Overall, they had a rocky start that ended up with both of them deeply devoted to each other and their family, as Bulma and their children are key to the warming of Vegeta's cold heart.
Are you ready now to witness a power not seen for thousands of years?
Abilities. Vegeta has not only been through a lot of emotional trauma that has shaped his character, but he's also learned a lot of different powers. Vegeta could turn into a gigantic monkey-like creature called an Ozaru, or Great Ape, by looking at a full moon, a common ability seen in all Saiyans with tails. In this form, Vegeta wasn't feral like Gohan or Goku were as apes, but Yajirobe put an end to that with the swing of his sword. Vegeta had the ability to create and enhance attacks with the use of ki. He also has the ability to use Boko Jutsu, or air dancing technique, which gives him the ability to fly. With his obsessive training and his Saiyan heritage, he has superhuman strength, durability, speed, reflexes, and much more. He can improve the effectiveness of all these skills by using his ki. He has some really cool moves such as Ki Disc Razor or the Gallic Gun. He later develops the Big Bang attack and the Final Flash techniques, which are way more powerful than his older energy attacks. One of Vegeta's most used tactics in the series is when he bombards an opponent with an array of small ki blasts. In Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta shows off a powerful new attack, calling it the Final Shine attack, where he uses his left hand to fire off a massive beam of green ki after being extremely jealous jealous of Goku's Super Saiyan achievement at first, Vegeta finally unlocks it himself just in time to take on the androids. Through his crazy training, he goes on to further transform into advanced states of Super Saiyan as the series continues, achieving the immensely powerful Super Saiyan God transformation while under Whis' mentorship. During his fight with Jiren, Vegeta unlocks Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan evolution, by breaking his very utmost limits. Vegeta can also fuse with Goku and create a warrior who has the combined power and skills of both Saiyans. One method is by using the Potara earrings, presented to Goku by the old Kaioshin. This results in the Potara fusion. The other method, appearing only in the anime, is by performing the Metamorese fusion dance.
Ignore him, sweetie. You did good.
There you have it. Is Vegeta your favorite character? Are there any moments we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.